Hi guys, I'm your host and guide, Chris Thirtyne, and I'm welcoming you back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time when we left off, we had searched through the town of South Figaro, and we found out that we're supposed to head to a mountain in the east. Mount Colts. But there's this little shack here, and I wonder who would live in the middle of nowhere. That smell is... these flowers. His favorite? This tableware is. This was the set he always used. This is his favorite tea. Sabin lives here? Oh man, Sabin? You mean Edgar's brother? Edgar's brother? Who left to go to try to become stronger? And Master Duncan, whoa, there's that name again, has a student who looks just like Edgar? Wait, that student who looks just like Edgar couldn't look like him because he's his brother. And, wait, Sabin's on his way to Mount Colts? Because Duncan died and Vargas... Wait. Oh. We have to go help Sabin. He could be in danger. But first... let's take a little nap. You lie down in any of those beds, just walk into them, and free healing for all. Check it out. Free healing. Oh, whew. For a second there I thought I looked at Terra and saw that she only had 70 out of 72 magic, and I was like, that makes no sense. Woo! And Edgar leveled up just as we head here into Mount Colts. Yeah, there's basically two parts to Mount Colts. There's inside areas, and there's these outside mountaintop areas. You fight different enemies depending on which one you're currently in. Sort of. Some of them kind of overlap. Not all of them, but some of them. And it kind of gets it can get a bit tricky at some points to get through, for an early cave. There's no real maze to it, but the fact that there's just so many different paths like this, like we've already got a choice of 3. Like this one down here just leads to nothing. You think it goes to the treasure box, but it doesn't. So you might wind up wandering around and getting in a lot of extra battles that you otherwise wouldn't have to. And then there's areas like this that, remember, that you have to notice some of these walls you can actually walk through, because you're not actually walking through the wall, you're walking underneath a slight 3D effect. Oh, shoot. Ah, darn. Okay, I think these guys might be immune to fire. No, wait. Yeah. Did not mean to do that. Oh well. I'll take him out quickly enough. Waste of an attack, and Terra's MP, but whatever. Sorry. Most human characters throughout the human-type enemies, so if they look like a person, are generally weak to poison, except for those guys. So I naturally went and tried to use it, and then found out that I couldn't. And it was as soon as I hit Bioblast, I was like, oh, shoot. Anyways, here we've got for Locke, a new dagger. Now, you remember he wasn't able to equip the Great Sword? Because as a thief character, he doesn't really equip heavy swords. He uses daggers. And you can see here, daggers later on, they might not be as powerful, but they get some pretty cool abilities. Like this one, randomly evades enemy attacks. Oh, I don't know if I showed this, but if you go to your weapons as well, you can also select them. And then you can see who can use it. You can see it can only be used by Locke, and if you go to the left, right there, you can see what its attack power is, 14, if you look on the right, over where it has its name. And then you go to the left, and you can see, if you have this equipped, you can still use the Steel ability. You can use it with the two-hand ability. So there'll be an accessory later on in the game that allows you to hold one weapon with two hands, thereby forfeiting a shield, but it'll increase your attack power at the cost of defense for not having the shield. But, as daggers, like I said, when you go to equip weapons, it will only ever equip the best one based off of what the attack is. However, you notice this weapon also increases our speed by 4 and our evade by 10%. So that's pretty good. Especially for, someone who's a thief who's supposed to be, fast and stuff. Of course, it is actually more powerful, too, than the weapon we have at this point. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. Now you notice we go back to where our mithril sword was, and we don't have anything special about it. Just straight-up attack. Works with sword skills, seal, and two-hand. Nothing all that great. We can sell it off later. And continuing onwards. Alright, now, remember, like I said, just make sure you always want to check these walls, because there could always be something secret behind them. Kinda like this one. And it leads to what looks like a dead end, but is actually a giant glove. Now, the giant glove is an accessory. You equip it, and it raises physical damage. Now, I'm pretty sure this works with Edgar's tools. So, you equip that on Edgar, and it should make his auto crossbow even more powerful than it was before, because it is a physical... It is a physical damage dealing tool. Now, we just gotta make our way back through this little secret passage. So yeah, just in case your Edgar wasn't quite powerful enough to one-shot enemies before, he definitely is now. And, hey, there's that shadowy guy again. I think we saw him earlier, too. Huh. And another choice of 2 doors. Oh, I don't think we fought that enemy yet. That guy in the middle, you want to be a bit careful of him, because he can poison you. So you don't want to use poison attacks on him. I think you can steal antidotes as opposed to potions from him. Once again, a quick fire and auto crossbow takes everyone out. If the auto crossbow doesn't take everyone out on its own. Is this the way I want to not go? Yes! We got a tent. Good, because we're gonna be needing that. Might have been wrong. I just fought more of those Telariums, and I stole a potion from them. I could have sworn you stole antidotes instead. But I could be wrong. Maybe you steal antidotes as a rare steal, or the potions are a rare steal. Anyways, I've taken a bit of damage, so I'm gonna quickly use a cure here. Put us back up to some decent amount of health. And we got a... Alright, save point. I thought this was in the area before this, but... Regardless, here we go. And that tent we just got is gonna be nice right here, because... Although we don't really need it, we're at some pretty good health, and Terra's not too low on magic. We could probably make it the rest of the way without having to fill it up here. But, regardless, I'm going to use a tent just to make sure that I have enough to get through. And wowee, 29 potions? Alright, Locke, you're definitely pulling yourself through this playthrough. Sometimes I'll play and Locke just won't be able to grab a single one. Like, I'll just be stealing and stealing and he won't get anything. Anyways, let's use our tent. Cool things about the tent are depending on who's in the front of your party, you get a different tent. Like Edgar, because he's a king, gets that nice little green one with the crown on top. But I think I'll call that the end of this episode. Next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, we continue onwards through Mount Colts. Maybe find out who this shadowy character is, possibly find Sabin, maybe make our way to the Returners hideout. I don't know. We got quite a lot to do now. But we'll do all that next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. See ya, guys.